Hello Flosstube and happy December. Merry Christmas. It is Joanne here, the Story Stitcher, and I come to you from this little winter wonderland and I cannot wait to chat cross stitching with you. I hope that you're stitching on something that you love. Maybe it's a special project or something that you're making for the holidays. Please share in the comments below what you're working on or maybe what you're excited about this holiday season. And I'll do the same. I have a almost finished ornament that is a vintage pattern. I can't wait to share that with you, as well as a brand new start from the Jingle Ball, brand new pattern that I got from the Jingle Ball. And the whole basket of whips is here with some projects, some haul, and actually a vintage book that I'm really excited to show you. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so thrilled that you stopped in. I hope you feel at home. If you're a subscriber, thank you for coming back. I am always blessed by all of you who come back and say hello. We recently just passed 2,500 subscribers on this channel, and I'm absolutely amazed, absolutely blessed, and just blown away. And so I hope that this video and all the videos to come will be a blessing to you in return. What do you say we dive right in? Maybe let's start in the 90s and then we'll bump up to 2024. So if we rewind all the way back to 1992, I have a vintage ornament pattern that I got on a D-Stash group. And you saw this in my last video. It is, I call him the Christmas Goose. That's not what he's called. He can't go by a limited edition Christmas ornament. That just doesn't work, does it? So I'm gonna call him Christmas Goose. This is by P. Buckley Moss. So I was very, very fortunate to find this on a D-Stash group. When I saw it, I fell in love. And I have to show you that with this, I actually got, polishing it up for a second, I actually got the original frame. It's got some fingerprints on it. There it is, the original frame. How nice is that? I get to do the full finish, the full ornament, and I'm really, really excited about this one. Let me show you where it's at. It's only made a little bit of progress since the last time you saw it, but here we are. There he is in all his glory. This week I did more of his tummy, which really wasn't that much stitching. That went really quickly. But then I also did the bow. I was gonna save the bow till last, but since it marks where his little tummy is, I decided I'd go ahead and put that in, and then I could just easily stitch around it. I love it. Now, one of the reasons why I haven't finished this one yet, I have a couple reasons. One is because it is a lot of half stitches. I didn't realize that when I bought it, which you would have learned in my last video. I'm learning how to interpret patterns. Obviously you can't see the pattern right until you buy it. You don't know those things, but I'm learning to maybe look a little more closely at the pictures to see, you know, are they half stitches, whole stitches, quarter stitches, and whatnot. This is mostly half stitches, to be honest. All of the center stitches, of course, are full cross, but it's been a little bit of a learning curve for me, learning half stitches on 36 count, which is what I'm doing. That is the called for, so that's what I'm stitching him on, so that way he will fit. I want him to fit. I think we're gonna make it. And then also I am using my own color conversion, mostly DMC, except for that center, his little center tummy. I am doing Weeks Dye Works, a couple colors from Weeks Dye Works. The black is mascara, and then I think his little tummy is oilcloth. Loving this, hoping to finish this within the next few days so I can get it up on the tree. I am working him in this tiny little hoop that is from Amazon. I'll link it below. It's actually a little finishing hoop. It's just a super cheap hoop, and it came in a 12-pack. You'll see more of these when I show you some finishes. And I love this hoop. It hangs here with all my other hoops, but I love this one because I can cut the fabric relatively small for smaller projects, and it works really efficiency. It gets the fabric really tight, and it actually holds it tight for a cheap little Amazon finishing hoop. This thing is fantastic. I'll link that below. And that is Christmas Goose by P. Buckley Moss. I recently learned that, doing a little internet search, I like to research things. I'm a writer. I love to search details and facts. I recently learned that P. Buckley Moss was a woman, and that she recently passed away not too long ago. So it makes this a little more meaningful knowing that an artist, you know, created so many pictures and paintings that she loved and that meant something to her. And now that legacy gets to live on and we get to enjoy that artwork. We get to continue to celebrate it, hang it on our Christmas trees or hang it on our walls. And I know that this, you know, this isn't the only artist that we get to do that with. And that's the wonderful thing about art or cross stitch is we get to celebrate these designs and continue to cherish them for many, many years to come. So 1992 is almost a finish. Now, what do you say we jump ahead? Let's jump ahead in time to 2024. And I will show you what I got at the Jingle Ball. I hope you had a great time at the Jingle Ball if you went. If you went to the Jingle Ball, let me know down below. Maybe let me know what you did. Let me know maybe what classes you took or what Stitchy rooms you went into. I poked my head in a couple times. I was hoping to spend my entire weekend or as much as my weekend as possible being a Jingle Baller. I was so excited. I watched every pre-intro video that you could possibly watch, all the details, all the setup. And then when it came to the weekend of, I only got to poke my head in a few times. So I was a little sad about that. I was playing chauffeur to all the kiddos around here. And so took my kids to a Christmas party Friday night for their homeschool. And so I missed that evening. I did duck in, and then Saturday my daughter and niece and I volunteered at It's a Wonderful Life. There was a local performance of It's a Wonderful Life at the local theater, and we volunteered there. And so that was really fun. We seat guests and we get to watch the show. We have our little flashlights. It's really fun to be a greeter there and see the show. But again, I missed a little more of the Jingle Ball. So whenever I had a chance, I ducked in, saw what was going on, and just soaked in a little bit of the magic and the wonder. So the pattern that I got, oh boy, I wonder if anybody else had this problem of looking through the shopping haul, trying to decide what to get, trying to decide between all the amazing designers, all the wonderful things, to see the baubles books, the ornaments, and so on. I came away with one pattern, and it's a Stacy Nash. It is an animal cracker. It's one of her new animal crackers. I'll put the picture here. I got Chilli. I saw this little penguin and couldn't resist. And I was looking at the other ones as well. I want to say, I feel like the little elephant is named Millie. And then there's the cute little, I think it's an Arctic fox. And I just circled those three, trying to decide. I landed on Chilli because I really loved her colors for Christmas. And so I'm going to show you my start. So it's not a very big start. I've only had this pattern for a couple of days because this is a Wednesday and the Jingle Ball wrapped up Sunday. So I have done her hat. This is what I have, and I got just the tiniest start on her little head. This is the start of Chilli's hat. It was really fun to stitch. I'll give you all the details. I am doing it on a fabric that is not the called for. So you saw in October that I worked on nettle, and I wanted to do all the called fors, which I did. I got the Weeks Dye Works. I got the 36 count linen and worked on nettle, and she is almost a finish. But what I found was that 36 count is just a little bit outside of my wheelhouse. I can do it. This little guy is actually on the exact same fabric that I'm doing nettle on. So this is a 36 count. This is 36 count vintage country mocha. I'm doing nettle on that as well. However, I have to sit at my light and be really, really focused. This isn't an easy stitch for me. This is definitely at the very top of my skill level, and I can do it, but I have to find the time to be fully set up at my light, which I'll show you. So when it came to grabbing Chilli, I wrestled through the options. I knew already that I would make quicker progress if I go easier on myself. And so I poked through my stash to find something that would kind of match, and I did find this 28 count. Now, my Chilli's gonna be a little bigger than everybody else's, and I'm okay with that because I think she'll still be adorable. I can still finish her and stuff her and set her up somewhere, and maybe she'll be even cute and cuddly. There'll be more to love, right? If there's a little more to my Chilli than the smaller ones that you'll probably see popping up. There's her sweet little hat. I'm going to be doing her her face and her little beak, and I cannot wait. The color of this is coffee. This is coffee, and it's a Witchell 28 count even weave. And for that hat, I did not use the called for. So I wanted to start it right away. I was just so excited to start something from the Jingle Ball. And so I ended up pulling from my stash. I went ahead and pulled 815, and the red of the sample is a little brighter, a little peachier, and I think it's adorable. But I just went ahead and I just thought this looked really pretty on this coffee brown, and it's really fun stitching her little snowflakes. I have to put her little pom-pom right there, and this is the string. This is the string of her hat and her little earmuffs. She is so much fun. So again, I did this on the 28 count. That way I could take it. I have it in my little bag here, and I can just grab and go, take this wherever I want. I can sit on the couch. I can sit while we're watching movies. I can take it to the soccer field with my son, and I have everything that I need. So that's why I chose the count that I did. And I'm going to be using some of the called for. So her little cute little black face and little arms are in the color Mascara by Weeks Dye Works, which I am doing. And cannot wait to make more progress on Chilli. I think the animal crackers are so adorable. I just want to eat them all up and stitch them all, probably not in that order, and have them all. So I'm probably gonna, you'll probably see some more pop up a time or two. Doesn't it make life a little bit more fun? Doesn't it make it a little bit brighter? I love having something that I get to look forward to cross stitch on. And I have a feeling that you probably feel the same. Something I was telling my husband is that it's so enjoyable to, at the end of a stressful day, to sit down and have these patterns that they're just X's. They're just X's on fabric, unless you're like me and you get down the half stitch rabbit hole, but they're just X's, and we just get to, you know, follow those lines, follow those grids, and it's very, very therapeutic. It's very peaceful. It's very satisfying when life maybe feels a little bit daunting or a little bit hectic, that we can sit down, quiet our minds and our hearts, and just stitch rows with beautiful colors and beautiful patterns. That's what I love about cross stitch. And just so thrilled to have stumbled upon this not too long ago. Alrighty, while I'm going to show you another whip, which is going to be in a moment, but first I have to show you something that my daughter made for me. Every year my daughter makes me a Christmas ornament, and it's always something that I am doing or I'm excited about, and they're always amazing. She made me the year that I learned how to rock climb, she made me a little gingerbread with a little rock climbing harness, and she made it out of clay. She's made me other adorable, adorable ornaments. And so this year she said she was making my ornament, and she made me a tiny little cross stitch, piece. And this is not even a hoop. It looks like a popsicle stick. Look, that she bent into place and sealed with hot glue. And you gotta look at this little bracket. She made that out of, it's the pieces that you would make an earring out of. I don't know if you can see it. And she designed it to look exactly like the little twisty top of a hoop. And then she wrote on there, oops, there's the back. I showed her back, sorry girl. She wrote on there, the Story Stitcher, and she stitched it with red thread. She is 15, almost 16. And so she's super duper crafty. We did have a little bit of a giggle that she forgot the T in Story Stitcher. So we had a chuckle about that. I said, do you want to add the T before I show on Flosstube? She's like, nope, I want to leave it original as is. And I said, that sounds great. So and she made a tiny, tiny little skeins of floss out of actual sewing thread. She just wound them. She found a little tiny scissors, a little thimble, and a little needle and thread, and it's all hot glued with a sweet ribbon. That is my 2024 Christmas ornament from my daughter. Isn't it cute? That's going to be going on the tree today. She brought a little bit of Ada that I had coffee dyed. And so she just said, do you have a tiny scrap of Ada that I could have, or a scrap of cloth that I could have? And so that's what I gave her. And this is what she came back with a few days later. I love it. So had to show you that before we move on. Next whip is Christmas Journey. Now, if you watched my last video, I spent a fair bit of time talking about this, and we have solved many mysteries. So today, I feel like today is a victory. Last time was a lot of questions. This time is a victory. So if you haven't watched my last video, you can go back and check it out, and you can kind of see the early stages of this project. This is Christmas Journey by Leisure Arts. It's a leaflet. It is also one that I got on a D-Stash group. And I fell in love with Santa. Loved how historical it feels. Him walking through the snow with his lantern. This determined trudge of Christmas happiness and spreading joy, maybe to this little village down here. I had to grab this when I found it on a D-Stash group. Now, what you saw last time is my struggle with a couple of things. Since this is an older pattern, some of the design formats have been updated, right, in the last 20 years. I think this is 1993. Yeah, 1993. So the last 21 years, you know, things have changed. And so there are a couple of things about this older pattern that I was having a hard time with. And so you all gave me lots of tips, lots of advice. And I had a couple of Christmas elves, I'll say, who actually got this pattern to help me out, or looked through their Leisure Art pamphlets to help me out and give me their answers. So one of the things I was talking about was that weird overlap that was not a 10 by 10 grid. And a lot of you shared your thoughts about, you know, that it was just an overlap, but that it was going to be a 10 by 10. I did check into that a little bit further after some recounting and after talking to some other ladies who either had a Leisure Arts leaflet or actually got this pattern. They agreed that the count was indeed off. I got a lovely comment from Sarahthenorthwoodsstitcher that I'll pop up here. And she actually ordered this after watching my video, and she looked at it and she had the same surprise of the design of the pattern. And so that made me feel better. It made me feel like I wasn't crazy or anything like that. And I felt like I had some comrades that were actually going to stitch this as well. So you might see Sarahthenorthwoodsstitcher starting this, which would be so cool. So a couple of tips that I got down below that were so helpful is a few ladies mentioned that you can just grab the PDF for $5.99. And I had thought about it. I was not gonna lie, I was just being really cheap. I was like, I don't want to buy a pattern twice. I just don't want to buy a pattern twice. And then when I read their comments, and one gal said, and I apologize that I haven't remembered your names, but I loved your comments, is that the PDF is different than what I have here. It's basically just been updated. So the color problem that I was having has been solved. The symbol problem that I was having has been solved. And it's just, it was the best $5.99 I've ever spent on anything cross stitch, possibly anything ever. So I got the PDF. I can zoom it in. I have it on my laptop, and so I can zoom it in, and then I just end up marking it with like a digital marker, you know, on the PDF program, and then I hit save, and so I'm always saving my progress. That said, we have progress on Christmas Journey. If I can get it out of the bag. I haven't taken this out of the Q-snap, but I'm just gonna go ahead and show you. Last time I had this tree was started, and I had done a little bit of the sky, and I had done a few of those leaves, and I had done a little bit of Santa's walking stick. And this is what I have now. I'll take this off. There we go. This is what I have now. Got some threads that I'm carrying, and I have indeed regridded it. So I did my little numbers. I know those are really dorky, but they help my brain. But I finished the tree, did more of that sky. The sky is almost finished up there. Went in and I stitched the church. It will show up better once it gets back stitched. But I stitched the church, and then I did Santa's lantern. It was so much fun. It does have a lot of half stitches, and a couple people gave me the tip that will be trickier to do half stitch on Ada. But then after I looked really closely at the pattern, there weren't too many half stitches, mostly in the lantern, Santa's beard, a few here and there. So I just decided to go ahead and risk it so that way I could grid. I felt like the bigger challenge before me was the opportunity I needed to grid it. And there it is. That tree, I absolutely love that tree. The colors, the hill. I cannot wait to get to Santa. And I'm starting to fill in the snow down here as well. I love this. So most of what I've done the last 2 weeks since my last video has been this. I concentrated on this for a full week. Did nothing else but this for a week, which is why I don't have as many whips today and didn't quite finish my goose ornament because I was having so much fun. I just got into the full coverage groove and loved every minute of it. So I forced myself to set this down so I can make progress on a couple other things as well. I can't wait to pick it back up. Doing the lantern was really nice. Just seeing that pop of yellow come out, getting to do that little bit of yellow in the window, just made it feel like it's coming to life, like a nice glow on that gloomy hill. And it's gonna have a little bit of, I think, Krynic. Oh yeah, it uses Krynic. Number 2C Gold. It's gonna use number 2C Gold Krynic as well as some beading. So that will be coming. Again, I'm just doing this on a really simple 14 count Aida, since I thought that would be a good way to start on full coverage. That is Christmas Journey. So thank you for everybody for sticking with me in my last video and helping me through the confusion and all of that and helping me get settled and organized and gaining a little bit of confidence. To all of you who commented, gave your tips, gave your advice, it was very appreciated. And there's going to be more to come. And I definitely will have to say that when it comes to full coverage, I have gotten bitten by the full coverage stitchy bug, and I definitely want to keep full coverage projects in the rotation because there's just something really satisfying about it. And you keep seeing me sort of like touch it because I love this almost like a carpety feel. It's like a tapestry. And so having all those beautiful stitches is very sensory and satisfying. Okay, let's continue through the basket lips. I just realized that my cute little sweater, you can't see it. It says, "Let it snow." There's my little snowflake. I got this at a thrift store and I figured it would be fun for Christmas. So up next is going to be a little bit of haul. And I'll start with that because it applies to what we're talking about. It applies to Aida. I am on a quest. I am on a journey to find soft Aida. Tell me in the comments, do you like your Aida to be very starched, very stiff, or do you like it to be very soft and supple? I know that there's two different camps out there. I do know that a lot of stitchers look for ways to soften the Aida who don't like it too starchy. And I'm in the wanting it to be softer stage, softer camp, but I don't like the feel of a really stiff Aida. And I have some that are like so stiff that they just stand up on their own. So I did some research and I want to show you what I've discovered. I went on a Googling quest for soft Aida and I have two brands here that I want to show you. So if you're a soft Aida girl or you would like soft Aida, this little moment, this little segment is for you. Let's start with 1, 2, 3 stitch. 1, 2, 3 stitch envelope. You all know what those look like. Here's what I'll tell you that I discovered is that country French Aida, not country French the color, but country French like the label, is soft. And I apologize that I don't know the brand. I'll just show you what I have here. So I got two. One is 16 count country French latte Aida in that size. And then I got a 16 count antique white Aida. So it's that country French that's like the super soft. So I'm just showing you that. Let's take a look at how soft they are. So this is just the regular one. If I can find the brand, I'm going to write it here so that way you can see it because I do think that there was a brand. It might have been Zweigart, and that's why I want to get you the brand if that is the case. This is the regular, and I kind of wanted to compare, so I got one of each. This is the regular. It's okay. It's like this. A little starchy, not too bad. And that is just the antique white. This one was not country French. This one is country French. And look at It's just like a handkerchief. It's so soft. And it's very bendy, very, very supple. And this is the country French. So as you can see, I got a teensy tiny piece because I just wanted to see what it would, feel like before I bought a lot. But as you can see, very flimsy, very soft. So if that speaks your language, there's a tip. You might already know this. Now we have another brand. On this one, I went ahead and I went over to Etsy. And I typed in Soft Ada or something like that. And I'll show you the brand. I got 2 packages. It's called Zell Nava. I don't really know how to pronounce it, but that's what it says. And this is from Etsy. They sent me a nice little handwritten note. Dear Joanne. So let's open this package. Ooh, baby. This is Soft Ada. Look at that. It is spongy. It is cozy. It has this softness of almost like a bed sheet, like very, very soft, or a t-shirt. That's how soft it is. So that's the other brand that I found. And I know there's more. So let me know if you have other brands of Soft Ada that you would recommend. So this is the Zell Nava. Again, very soft. This is like a more starchy. This is my upside down Let It Snow. That's not finished. And you can just kind of see the difference between the weight of it, just the difference of what happens. So how lovely is that? So if you're a Soft Ada person, there's another one to check out. And I got 2 pieces. I got one for my mom as well. So Mom, if you're watching this, one of these is coming your way. I think my mom likes it a little starchier because she stitches in hand and she likes to roll it. And so then she has something to grip onto. What do you prefer? Let me know what you prefer. Let's open the second one. It feels like Christmas already. They also sent some cute little samples of these little glittery ones. So that's fun. And then I think this is the same kind. It's just a different size. Yeah, same stuff. I got myself a larger size, thinking it would be great for a full coverage project. And you can kind of see my Christmas lights there. So I'll kind of show you maybe like how thick or opaque it is. And then this is my little upside down Let It Snow one. So the soft one is a little thinner. I think you can see maybe just by a tiny bit, maybe not by much. But again, how nice is that? So I haven't stitched with them. I haven't done anything with them. Of course, sometimes when we work on something with a project, we get a different idea about it. We like it less, we like it more. So next I'll be actually using these and I can give you an update on what I think. Okay, I'm gonna clear the decks here and have some more goodies to show you. As you know, I'm the story stitcher. And so I have a Christmas story. It's a Christmas short story. It's called Christmas at the Circus. I'll put it right here. And it is a cute, cozy little short story. It's a very quick read. You can read it in an evening. You can read it in a sitting. And I give it free at Christmas to all of my new newsletter friends. So I will put a link down below if you would like to join my newsletter and grab Christmas at the Circus while it's free. You can also grab it on Amazon. It's only a couple of bucks. But I do also like to give it as a little freebie. If you are already subscribed to my newsletter, as I know a number of you are, this will be going out in my newsletter for free. So you will get it as well. Even though you already got the other one that you signed up with, you will also get this one. That's going to go out through my newsletter very, very soon, well before Christmas, so you can enjoy it, but you can also grab it now. So that is on my list. I didn't want to forget that. Okay, up next is I have a stack over here of some thrifted cross-stitch books. If you would like to see a video on a flip through with some of those, I see 4 sitting next to me, and a lot of them are Christmas. So if you'd like to see a flip through of some vintagey or just thrifted cross-stitchy books, let me know, and that would be really fun. But for today, I am going to show you one, and I got this at the thrift store. It is Mary Englebright's Christmas Ideas, Make Good Cheer, and it has some cross stitch patterns that I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you a few that I'm eyeing for next year. Look how pretty the inside is. I think I only paid a couple of dollars for this, which was a win. I'll just show you a few. There's that gift box. Little stars, very Mary Englebright. Okay, I'm gonna save this one for last because this is the one that I feel like I'm most likely to do if I do one, so I'll show you that one last. And then these adorable, adorable little mittens that are cross-stitched. And look, you can put your silverware in there for Christmas dinner. Look at that sweet mitten with the Mary Englebright cherries. And then I'm gonna try and show all of them without flashing the pattern. So I'll come from this side now. There is a sweet little striped one. That one kind of gives me sort of Nordic vibes. I really like that one. And then we're gonna come on this side and the cute red one. Again, also sort of some Nordic vibes with that hem. And then that one. Look, you can put money in it. How fun is that for little gifts and things? So there's those mittens. And I'm thinking of all these projects, how fun they would be. Okay, here is a lovely Santa. Look at him with the moon on the black fabric. He's got the snowman, a little top hat. And I love this tree. It's like in a little apple basket. And I just can't get over how cute that moon is staring down. There's all the colors and everything. Whew. Lots of blends. So I'm gonna take off the sleeve so I don't mess it up. Lots of blends. So these are all your regular colors, and then it starts blends here, and then this is backstitch. So not too terrible. That one looks really fun. That's called Snow Pals Sampler. Look at this one. This is a firewood carrier. Look at the little kindling, and that is all cross-stitch with the Mary Englebright flowers. The Mary Englebright flowers there and the sweet little thing. I would have a hard time cross-stitching something that's gonna hold firewood. I am gonna be honest. That's the floral kindling carrier. And I like how they're all sort of inspired by her artwork, as you can see. I'll have that inspiration. Really sweet. This is one that I'm very tempted by as a full coverage. Obviously not this year. Got my hands full. But this is Dashing Reindeer Pillow. Love it. I don't know if it's picking it up, but he is holding a candy cane in his mouth, just prancing along. And there's lots of beading and details. So there's a real ribbon. That's a real ribbon tied to his harness. He's got that little bell wrapped around his hose. I can just hear him jangling down the lane, down the snowy road with Santa. Love that one. This is not cross-stitch, but I just figured a lot of you who are handy with sewing and quilting, I thought I would show you this one because it's really cute. These little mittens. Look how cute that you could use your Christmas scraps for. It's got a little fur cuff. Precious. Those are called Merry Mittens. Again, some of you are knitters, so I have to show you this as well. This is called the Happy Knit Hat. Look at that. How precious is that hat? I want this hat. I'm gonna have to learn how to knit. My daughter knows how to crochet. She's crocheting me some slippers for Christmas. These are ones that I've got my eye on. This little doll set, fully cross-stitch. Little stand-ups. There's the back. Those are sweet as can be. And we have this one, Believe, with Santa coming out of the chimney. Look at that. Gorgeous. Now I'm going to show you the one that I am very tempted to do. Oh wait, I found one more first. Is this Santa stocking. Also cross stitch. I love Mary Englebright's little touches. Stuff there with popcorn and candy canes. Really sweet. Okay, here's the one that I am eyeballing. Maybe for next year, I'm not sure. And this is called, it's a little card caddy. It's the Cute and Clever card caddy. I don't know if I would make it into a card caddy, but this is the one that I really love. Just this happy little girl here. She's so happy, just singing out all her joy, walking with her little brother, maybe all the little gingerbread men. Then right over here we have a branch hanging down. And it looks like a naughty elf is watching what's going on. Or maybe he's a good elf because he's spreading stars down. And then the gingerbread man is goofing off. So that's one that I am thinking of, along with that reindeer and some other ones. So really enjoyed finding this book. Last but not least is a couple of patterns. I'm just going to show you these really quickly because I grabbed them for Christmas. I haven't had a chance to stitch them yet, but I still wanted to show you them because they're really, really sweet. I happen to be on a book deadline. I have a book that I'm writing and I have a book that I'm editing. And so I just got my manuscript back with all of the edits, all the line edits, a couple of days ago, and it's due on January 2nd. So it's due just really a few days after Christmas. So I'm spending the bulk of my December working on that book and cross-stitching whenever I can, having lots of fun with the kids. So that's where I know, because I got those edits back, some of my Christmas vacation is going to be spent working on that book. So in the spirit of the holidays, in the spirit of Christmas, let's still take a quick look at what I have gathered. I got this little one by Plum Street Samplers. I wanted to start this one so bad the other day, but I want to wait until I can get that blue thread because I want to do the called fors. I got this little one, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. I just thought it was sweet. I thought this would make a nice gift as a small to give to someone, but again, I'll probably have to save that one for next year. You saw this one in my haul video recently. This is the Ding Dong Merrily on High. This one is Heartstring Samplery. This one is Shakespeare's Peddler. And then I'm saving my favorite for last. This one is Jack Frost's Tree Farm, which I did end up getting the called fors. I also got those during my attic shopping trip. I absolutely love this. Jack Frost Tree Farm. Sorry for the glare. And fun fact, my son actually worked at a tree farm. He's 18. He worked at a Christmas tree farm. This Christmas, he works on the weekends and he sells trees. He loads them onto people's cars and he's having a blast doing that. So that makes me think of him as well. He actually, I gotta show you this. Him and my husband took down a pine tree. I used to live in the mountains, and so on that property there was a pine tree that needed to come down, and so they took down that pine tree, and I still need to sift through the sawdust, but they were in the driveway the other night with chainsaws and we have all the wood now stacked and to enjoy and burn. Oh my gosh, it smells like Christmas. It smells like a Christmas candle. It's piney and spicy and all the good things. So I still need to kind of sift through it and clean it up, but he helped me fill a bag with the fresh natural sawdust for finishing some projects. So this was thanks to my wonderful son and his skills with a chainsaw. So I still need to clean it. I'll probably just sift through it and pull out any pieces that I don't want to have, but I just can't resist that smell. The last one also reminds me of family, and it is called The Postman. My dad is a retired mailman, so love my dad and grew up with him always delivering mail in his mail uniform in his mail truck. So when I saw this one, Cottage Garden Samplings, it's a collection, the Snowman collection, and this is number 4. I knew I had to have it. And this is the other one that I really wanted to start, but I'm making myself wait until I finish some of the other things in the mix. He's adorable with his basket of letters and his little glasses and that vintage sort of Victorian bicycle. So really excited about that one. It only has a couple of colors. Look how great that is. Very small color list. So that's kind of the Christmas haul. Those are the Christmas patterns. The book, you saw the Ada and everything else. And so I think that's everything. I if you haven't yet, you could grab the short story. You could subscribe if you would like. You could hit the like button if you enjoyed this. Leave me a comment, anything that speaks to you, anything that you would enjoy doing. Please feel free to do. I would love it if you said hello. And as always, you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and my website. And I'm going to be back before Christmas with more Christmas stitching. I want to do one more Flosstube before December is over. And then I'm planning an end of the year whip parade. So thank you for coming here and joining me here on Flosstube. I hope you get to watch lots of lovely Flosstube videos, do lots of wonderful cross stitching, and I will see you soon. Bye.